Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'll be reviewing this. This is Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Battle Across Time Collection Maximal Skywarp and Autobot Sideswipe. And here they are in package. Very cool looking box art. And the back of the package. Now my copy came from Hong Kong, but in the US this is an Amazon.com exclusive. You can see Skywarp transforms in 22 steps and Sideswipe in 16. Okay, let's get these guys out of the package. Here is Sideswipe and Skywarp out of the package. They come with an instruction sheet. Now it's a very big sheet as it covers both figures. Sideswipe's rocket launcher, which splits into two pieces. So you can see this part is molded in red plastic but painted white, but you can see on the inside some of the red is showing through, and this part is molded in black and painted white as well. This one actually looks a little bit better. We have Sideswipe's gun, also molded in black and painted in this matte white. If you look closely here, you can see some of that black is showing through there. We have Skywarp's weapons, and these are molded in white. And the figures themselves, Sideswipe and Skywarp. Let's take a closer look at these two here. Now Sideswipe is basically a repaint of Kingdom Red Alert with a new head, and Skywarp here is a repaint of Kingdom Air Razor, also with a new head. Let's put Skywarp aside for now, and let's get Sideswipe here. Let's put his weapons on. Rocket launcher can go here, and his gun in his hand. Now personally, just like Red Alert, I actually prefer his rocket launcher on this side. So let's flip that over and put the rocket here. Gives him a more G1 look. Now unlike Kingdom Red Alert, I think Sideswipe looks a lot more closer to his Generation 1 design, especially with the legs here. Now he is a much brighter white than Siege Sideswipe, and you can see here Siege Sideswipe side by side, and it is really apparent that this is more of a bone white. Now unlike Siege Sideswipe, it's really cool that Kingdom Sideswipe comes with all of his weapons, and I think he looks a lot better without this space gunk, so that's nice. I think I would have preferred if this was molded in a tinted black plastic like Siege Sideswipe here. Pretty much not a lot you can get wrong here, as Siege Sideswipe is a pretty solid figure in my opinion, and since Kingdom Sideswipe is a slight retool of that figure, this is going to be a solid figure as well. Let's put Sideswipe aside and take a look at Skywarp here. Let's get his weapons on. First of all, I really like the head sculpt on the figure. It's a nice homage to the original Beast Wars 2nd Skywarp and, of course, in America, Silverbolt. You have a neat little Maximal symbol here. Unfortunately, I think it should be a little bit lower because it's kind of blocked off by the shoulder pads. I like the color separation of the figure. I think it has a little bit less paint apps than Air Razor. Let's bring her here. Can see Air Razor's Maximal symbol is on here, but yeah, Air Razor definitely has a lot more paint apps here on the thighs, but I think he has more paint apps on the wings. Now Air Razor has kind of like an airbrushing here, where the wing color here is more solid. Unfortunately, you see a little bit of paint chipping here. Not a hard fix. Now Skywarp does have some paint apps on his chest, while Air Razor is molded in this solid orange color. Now I think it's really cool that we're getting Beast Wars 2nd characters like Skywarp here. It would be even more cool if we got a Leo Convoy, or I'd be pretty happy if they repainted the G2 Megatron from Generation Selects as Megastorm. Moving on to articulation of the figure, the head on both are on a ball joint and can rotate and tilt up and down. The arm can rotate 360. You can lift up at the shoulder this much. You can rotate at the bicep. No wrist rotation. You can bend at the elbow this much. You can rotate at the waist 360. You can do the splits. You can kick this far up. this far back. Sideswipe can rotate at the thigh, while Skywarp can rotate at the knee. They can bend the knee this much, and Sideswipe has ankle tilt, while Skywarp's feet is on a ball joint for additional articulation. And for some size comparisons, here is Sideswipe and Skywarp next to. The first Battle Across Time Collection 2-pack Grimlock and Mirage, Kingdom Tracks and Road Rage, and Kingdom Red Alert and Air Razor. Okay, let's get Sideswipe and Skywarp transformed into their alternate modes. Here is Sideswipe and Skywarp in their alternate forms. Let's take a closer look at Sideswipe. Really not much to say here. I mean, it's an awesome mold, awesome vehicle mode. They really just changed the surface detail to give them a more Lamborghini-like look. The weapons can store on him in this mode as well, due to the 5mm ports here. But I don't think anybody's going to be doing that. Rolls very nicely, really looks the part with the exception of no spoilers. Now, I did mention in my Red Alert review that I hope somebody makes some spoilers that can attach to the triangles over here, and I think the Lazy Eyebrow did. I believe I saw it. I'll put a link in the description below to it. They made some 3D files if you have a 3D printer that you can pick up and print out to give them that spoiler if you want. So I don't know, I may do that, or I might wait to see if Non-F does something as well. Again, Sideswipe here is based on a very solid Siege Sideswipe mold, so really not going to have much fault with it. Like it a lot. I bought this mold so many times. It's the second most purchased mold next to the Seekers. All right, let's take a look at Silverbolt. Very nice bald eagle. I like it. I know it suffers from bird on my back syndrome, but I think it works well. And the cool part is, just like Air Razor, and I did mention this in my Air Razor review, there's a lot of articulation for this guy in bird mode. Like, you can have him sitting down or standing perched like so, which is really cool. And of course the wings can flap all the way like this. And the head as well has some articulation, not only on the neck here, but also on the beak, which is really cool. Honestly, not expected, but yeah, it's a little hard to get out. Probably going to use a little spudger to do it in the future because I don't want to chip this paint. And of course, with the legs as well, just a lot of articulation for a beast mode. I know on the bottom you can see all the robot bits over here, but I can easily get over that with all the articulation it has in other parts of the bird mode. And for some size comparisons in their alternate mode, here is Sideswipe and Skywarp next to. Kingdom Tracks. As you can see, Sideswipe is a much wider car, but they're pretty much close to scale. And Netflix Optimus Prime, which kind of gave him the G2 treatment with the Toy Hacks sticker set. As you can see, they all work pretty well in scale together, with the exception of Skywarp, as he is a giant monster bird. Okay, let's get Sideswipe and Skywarp back to robot mode for my final thoughts. So my final thoughts on the Battle Across Time Collection 2-pack Sideswipe and Silverbolt. overall, very pleased. Starting with Sideswipe, I mean, he's based on the solid Siege Sideswipe mold, and then slightly retooled, just like Kingdom Red Alert, to look like a more Lamborghini type of car. So really looks good, works well. Don't have too many complaints. Like I said, I wish the window was tinted black instead of blue, but really a minor complaint. I'm just glad we got a full weapon set for him with the shoulder rocket and the gun. Now that I think about it, I do wish that the paint apps on those parts were a lot better, because if you look a little deeper, you can kind of see through the white paint. Now with Silverbolt, well, I mean Skywarp, not Silverbolt, because this is based on the Beast Wars second character. I think it looks great. Great choice to use Air Razor as a repaint. I like the head sculpt, really gives homage to the original figure, and I like the color separation and how he looks like in robot mode and in eagle mode. I know some people may not like the choice because they probably don't know too much about Skywarp in Beast Wars Seconds, or they really don't want to mix their Generation 1 with Beast Wars. But for me, I love this kind of stuff, so I'm very pleased that he was included in this 2-pack. I really hope we see a lot more of these type of Autobot, Maximal, Predacon, Decepticon 2-packs in the future. Anyway, that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Follow us on social media and check out our Discord. Links in the description below.